The internet will never fail to surprise me with how slow, hypocritical, and stupid they are. People on the internet claim that they're social justice warriors or they care about a problem when in actuality they don't. They don't care about the things that they say they do. They don't advocate for the peace of a situation. Instead, they invest in chaos. How do I know this? I've seen this in many topics, many different debates, but I think I want to focus on one that's very personal to a lot of people. And that would be the winning the breakup thing. It's funny how on social media, I will constantly see that being a single mother or a single father is a bad thing, and that we should be working together to make sure that we have unity in our homes. Two-parent households, relationships that last, non-toxic environments, places where kids don't have to grow up in trauma, and learning from our parents' mistakes. We always seem to complain, especially in the black community, that broken homes should not be a thing. So then I'm confused when I see on social media that people are celebrating when two people break up. Why are they celebrating? Not because they're happy they broke up, but because they have now decided to do this weird thing where they take sides of the two people. So let's say, for example, John and Amber break up. These are two random people I'm making up. John and Amber were a couple on X, Y, and Z, and now they break up. What you then see on social media is that, there's Team John and there's Team Amber. Team Amber is like, John always seemed to be so toxic. Honestly, Amber, do your best thing. You can live your best life. X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. Or Team John would be like, oh, they really hate men in society, but John, we know you're a good guy, X, Y, and Z. And it then leads to this weird thing where we have a bunch of people pushing each party that they're supporting to do the most outrageous and weird things. Things like to make each other jealous or to prove that they are winning the breakup or doing better. Amber will post pictures with her supposed new man and she's half naked on the beach or whatever it is. And John is now flexing with a bunch of women or doing all kinds of stuff, X, Y, and Z. And the interesting about it all is that John and Amber are still heartbroken. John and Amber are still suffering. John and Amber are still grieving because this relationship was not just a fling they could just throw away. There's a relationship where they shared their deepest, darkest feelings. They met each other's families and planned their futures together. And heck, in some cases now, a lot of cases, we see them having children. No marriage, but children. And now it turns into this thing where it's like, who can seem better off without the other? Who can seem like the winner of the breakup? Who can win custody of their child? Who can do X, Y, and Z? Now, I think as I'm talking about this situation, you guys can kind of guess the various situations that I was going to talk about. For example, Halle and DDG. But I decided not to talk about it. Not because I don't care, but because I feel like if I talk about that situation, you guys won't get the point of what I'm trying to say in this video. Because we see this a lot of times in our personal lives, like I said. This isn't just John and Amber, the two celebrity couple, the two people in the celebrity couple that were shipped as couple goals and all kinds of stuff and seen as inspiration to now overnight being seen as like being treated like a basketball game. John in 5, Amber in 6, who's winning more, who's winning even more. This happens in our real life as well. Constantly we see people getting this mindset where they break up with someone that they loved, whether it be divorce or a long-term relationship ending or a custody battle over their child. They break up, and now this weird thing on social media happens, like with John and Amber, the example I said, where they start posting themselves on social media to seem like they're better or more happier, fake smiles all around, all kinds of stuff, and they're still miserable. And my question to you is, why do you feel the need to prove that you are winning a breakup? Why does it matter? And why do you want to prove to your ex that you're better off without them? Because here's the thing that I never understood. You hate your ex, yet you want your ex to see you. You want them to validate that you are doing better. Why? We all know that indifference is the true meaning of getting over it. It's not by hating your ex. It's not by, peacefully saying you love them for a distance. Nah, it's indifference. Indifference meaning that you don't care about them. Whether they live, whether they fall and pass away, whether they get $1 billion or they go dirt broke, you don't care because you are indifferent to it. You hear it and you just shrug your shoulders and you walk off. No emotion involved. The point I'm trying to make to a lot of you watching this video is that you will get in breakup. You will have a disagreement and it's not going to be pretty, you know? But if always try to fix the relationship, because what you see is a bunch of people give you really crap advice on how to get over a breakup, and it's just going to damage your life even further. What I see with these celebrity couples, we have that, but times 1,000. Instead of having just your family and friends giving you really crappy advice on how to get over a relationship and stuff like that, what these celebrities have is thousands of people, fan bases, blog channels, media outlets, all kinds of stuff, you know, give them crappy advice, which blows up their ego to do even more, to prove to their partner that they are better off without them and win public perception. But for the common man, what it is that you have family members and friends. You need to learn that getting over a breakup is not a smooth sailing road. It's not a competition. What you need to accept is that it's going to hurt. What you need to accept is that's going to take some time. And what you also need to accept is that you weren't so innocent. Now, I'm not talking about the specific situations where, you know, there was a clear, definite bad person. I'm talking about the gray areas. You was immature sometimes. You was very stupid and inconsiderate sometimes. You did not consider your partner's feelings as much as you thought you were. You were not that thoughtful to them sometimes. You didn't speak nice sometimes. You expected them to go and put up with your mood, you know, and you were a hypocrite. But that's in the past now. The only thing you can do is not feel sorry for yourself of how much of a bad person you are, because you're not a bad person, you're just emotionally immature. This is now the time for you to go out there and learn to be a better person for your next partner, or hopefully you rekindling with your partner that you just broke up with. Because here's the thing, not many people in relationships are bad people per se. People like try to make it sound as if it's a narcissistic thing or a psychopath or whatever it is, but really it's just emotional immaturity. Two people that are emotionally immature, and because you're emotionally immature, you don't understand yourself. So how the heck are you going to understand someone else that you're going out with that's the opposite of you? It's impossible. You don't even understand yourself. And this is why I emphasize, take your time with breakups. Society will put this pressure on you to prove that you are moving on and doing way better than your ex, but only leave you lonely and empty at the end of it. Instead, choose to do the noble thing. Let your ex go. You'll miss them. You will cry, yes, because at times you didn't deserve them. And they did do good things for you that you didn't deserve. And you were ungrateful and you were whiny. And sometimes you were very picky. But like I said, it's the past now. You know what to do better this time. I think true growth after a breakup is realizing that it's not black and white. It was gray. And because it's gray, that prevents you from slagging them off. It prevents you slagging yourself off. And just accepting that it was a time to learn things. It was a beautiful time when it lasted. But now it's time to move on. Neither you or your ex-partner were victims, and neither you or your ex-partner were villains. You are both just simply emotionally immature. And that's what led to what happened. You both did things to hurt each other, but you also did things to empower and show that you love each other. Social media also needs to do better, and family members and friends need to do better at trying to keep people together. Constantly, I see people trying to break up couples, whether it be online or in real life personal relationships. And I think it's quite sad that we are promoting divorces and breakups and running away and red flags and things of that nature, that for things that are not even that much big of a deal, and instead choosing to celebrate divorce, destruction, and chaos. It's sad where the world is going to, but I refuse to believe that everyone is on this silly mindset of, you know, having a fling, staying together for a few months and then breaking up and all this destruction. No, I'm a firm believer that if we hold each other accountable, there could be better people in society. The fact is, people are just not doing that, whether because they feel like they need to mind their own business or they don't care enough. But the point is, always try to aim for peace. Always try to aim to reconcile with your partner, because at the end of the day, if you can imagine you getting over that partner, or you can imagine the breakup going really bad for you, your best bet is to at least try to work things out. Maybe you're not understanding them fully, Maybe they're not understanding you. Maybe you're explaining in a way that doesn't make them understand. Whatever it is, always try to push to fix things. And if you're the person who's not in a relationship, push your friends and your family to fix things if it's fixable. Don't just allow them to go and do something and give them the most terrible advice of you need to move on. It's bigger than that. We're humans. Let's remember that we have feelings, and whether you want to admit it or not, no matter how bad the things ended, unless it's cheating or whatever it is, ignore that. But no matter how bad you feel like it ended, they miss you just as much as you miss them. I encourage you guys to try and maintain love. I encourage you guys to try and maintain peace, whether it be in your own life or with your friends or whatever it is. I encourage you all to maintain peace. I look forward to a brighter day where both of you can sit there and be smiling together because you realize you overcame the challenges. And if you guys can't do that together, you should hope that you guys could do it separately so you can be better for the next person around to come in your life. With that being said, my people, don't be a hypocrite. Don't say you care about black families or families in general, but you're celebrating all this kind of stuff. But let me know your opinions. Let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? Is social media stupid with all of this or whatever it is? Let me know in the comments. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you guys next video.